Hi, this is Antonio Galimberti from AG Languages. Today, we are going to be talking about an essay. This essay has some 323 words and it has 4 paragraphs and it answers, well, this is the task. How can people deal with sad? We are going to read the essay and we will make sure if the introduction, all right, it's okay. We have 2 body paragraphs and we also have a conclusion. We are not going to make corrections in grammar or punctuation or vocabulary. We're basically going to be talking about organization. All right, so here we go. How can people deal with sad? Let's take a look at this introduction. It says, have you ever felt depressed in the winter and you don't know why? So this looks to be the hook. So you have a hook here. So with this question, you are getting the reader's attention. Now, what else do we need to find in a good introduction? After the hook, the sentence that allows you to get the reader's attention, we need background information. Background information usually gives you context about the topic you are discussing, or it also defines some concepts you will be mentioning in the body. So before you start developing your ideas in the body, you need to contextualize the information you are providing. That is why you need the background information. And all of this has that function. Let's read it. It says, maybe you're suffering from sad, and I'm not talking about feeling blue. In fact, I'm talking about the seasonal affective disorder. It is a form of depression that occurs at the same time each year, usually in the winter. Okay, so this student here is giving you context, general ideas about sad, answering the question, what is sad about? So with that context, now you can move on to give advice, right? To talk about how you can deal with that. So before giving suggestions, you need to understand what SAD is about. And that is what we see right there in the background information. Then we need to find a thesis statement, which happens to be here. And the thesis statement says, if you want to avoid it, avoid SAD, there are 2 things that can help you. All right. So unfortunately, you have winter here. You have winter, you have time, you have depression, and you have it. It. So my question is, this it refers back to what? To winter, to time, depression, or to sad? To sad, right? So it's better, in my opinion, to put sad here again, all right? So that it's clear that you are referring to that. There are 2 things that can help you. Okay, so this is your thesis statement. According to that sentence, you're gonna give 2 pieces of advice on what to do in order to avoid sad or deal with it. That means that each topic sentence that you have in the body is not going to answer the question why or when or how. No. Each topic sentence in the body has to answer the question what. Why? Because according to the thesis statement, you're going to talk about 2 things that can help you. So let's see if the 2 topic sentences provide that information. Okay, this is the first one, and that is the other one. So the question is, this is the question. No, this is just an exercise to make sure that the topic sentences are well done. What can I do? What can I do to avoid sad? Mhm. The answer, reach out to family, friends, or meet new people. Very good. Now here we can put the question here again, just to make sure that the topic sentences are okay. What can I do to avoid sad? Use light therapy. Perfect. Okay, that's great. Now, we want to see if all of these is well structured. Okay, it says close relationships. First of all, reach out to family, friends, or meet new people. Close relationships are vital in reducing isolation and helping you manage sad. Participate in social activities, even if you don't feel like it. It may feel more comfortable to retreat into your shell, but being around other people will boost your mood. Even if you've retreated from relationships that were once important to you, make the effort to reconnect or start new relationships. Meet new people with a common interest by taking a class, joining a club, or enrolling in a special interest group that meets on a regular basis. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's something that's fun for you. Okay. Do you think all of these sentences are related to the topic sentence? In my opinion, yes, because all of these sentences right here are talking about reaching out to people, eh, reaching out to friends, or meeting new people. However, I do believe that there are some things that we can fix here. For instance, here you're talking about close relationships. Mm. And then you're talking about social activities. All right. Then here you're talking about being around other people. Here you're talking about relationships that were once important to you. That sounds like close relationships or old friends. Here you're talking about reconnecting, all right? And about something different, starting new relationships. Here, starting new relationships, meeting new people, right? And having some other activities. So, in my opinion, here I see two common topics or ideas. For example, this one, look at light blue, close relationships. And I see that very same idea here again. And also here, no, reconnecting has to do with all friends or all relationships. But between those two groups of light blues, let's call it like that, there is a gap in which you introduce different type of information. So, in my opinion, all of this, all of this should be somewhere else because there is a gap. This is a huge gap. This gap shouldn't be there. So I think all of these underlined statement should be right there. Why? In that way, so to speak, all the light blues are close to one another. Look at this. You see? So you're talking about close relationships here, relationships that were once important to you, like old friends or close relationships, and you're talking about reconnecting. Mhm. And now, in this sentence, you are introducing a new idea. You're not only talking about old friends, you're also talking about new people, new relationships. And here we still have the gap because here you are addressing the fact that participating in social activities can help you. And here you mention new people again. So I think these new people can be here, right? And in that way, you have, look, new people is here, right? You see, now everything is linked. New people is there. And here you're talking about activities. Look, social activities. Yes, social activities. So you have your ideas now organized, better organized. So the sentences are correct, but the order in which you have put those sentences is not the best. So I have the feeling that now the relationship between the sentences that are next to one another is better. All right. So, what are we learning here? Have a strong topic sentence that answers the question coming from the thesis statement. And after that, develop your ideas in a logical order, grouping similar ideas together. All right. So if you make a summary here of how you're grouping your ideas, first you have the topic sentence. After that, you are talking about, let's say, old friends. After talking about old friends, you are talking about new friends. After that, the next thing you're addressing is different activities. You see? All right. And then you are talking about the effect. The effect. Yes, it's going to boost your mood. And finally, you are including a piece of advice. Okay. So this is the order in which you have developed your ideas in this paragraph, right? So there is a logical order that you're following. Now, let's see the next one. It says, what can I do to avoid sad? Use light therapy. Also known as phototherapy. Look, you are defining the concept. I love that. It's beneficial in keeping the symptoms of SAD at bay. Good. Very good. You are referring to studies have indicated that light therapy is usually helpful. Very good. In treating this seasonal disorder. Yes. For this purpose, you can use one of the many dedicated light boxes that are now available in the market. Good. But to be effective, you should make sure that the light box generates and you're giving specific information about the light boxes. Good. And that it has white or blue light. Perfect. Also, check that the light box has specially been made to treat sad, depression, and other mood disorders, and that it's not made for a different purpose, such as treating skin conditions. Do you think all of these sentences relate to using light therapy? Yes. So, what sequence do I find here? First of all, you have your topic sentence. Okay, remember, there's no perfect sequence, but there has to be a logical sequence of events. Then you are defining, uh, you are defining the light therapy, right? And then you are saying that it's beneficial. After saying that it's beneficial, you are saying you're talking about the products. Yes. Then you are giving details, specific information about the product. Yes. And further recommendations about the product. Yes. So look at the sequence. That's a nice sequence. That's what I find there. So congratulations. Now let's see your conclusion. Words, 36 words. In conclusion, you can prevent SAD in two ways. Strengthening your close relationship and using light therapy. SAD can attack when you are not prepared, so use these methods to prevent it. Okay, so this is a fragment. What is a fragment? A group of words that do not belong. I mean, the group of words does not belong to any sentences. So we have a problem. Sometimes the problem is punctuation. Now we have a sentence here. If you put a period here, you have one sentence here. And this is a fragment. Just a group of words that are right there, okay, doing nothing. But if you change punctuation, now you have a complete sentence, right? Excellent. And but there is a problem here. This is what you have here. You have a closing phrase. Then you are paraphrasing the thesis statement, which is very good. Here you are summarizing the body, which is awesome, but we have a problem. In this body, you are not talking about only old friends. You're also talking about new friends. And that's not something that you're mentioning here in the conclusion. You are talking only about close relationships and new friends. You don't have close relationships with new friends. So here you have to change this. If you're going to put a period there, we have to turn this orange thing into a sentence. So it needs a verb. Strengthening your, or maybe, no, interacting with people, I would say. And using light therapy can help a lot. Now you have a sentence. This is your subject, and this is your verb. Yes, now orange is not a fragment. Then sad can attack when you're not prepared. So use these methods to prevent it. These two methods. Yes, to prevent it. Okay, so these are your concluding ideas, encouraging people to act. So that was very nice. So, how can people deal with sad? What can we say about this essay? A very nice introduction. Yeah, it has a hook. It has a background information that provides a lot of context, and it also has a thesis statement that tells you what to write about. Then you have a topic sentence, a strong, good topic sentence that is clear, and it is answering the question, what can I do to avoid sad? And then we fix this by changing the order in which the ideas were put together in such a way that now we have this sequence of ideas, right? First, you have your topic sentence, then you talk about your old friends, the new friends, the activities that you can do, the effect of such behavior, and some final advice and comments. And here, this is beautiful. Again, you have a logical sequence here. First, you're talking about, you mentioned the topic sentence, you define what light therapy is about, you talk about its benefits, you start talking about products, then you move on to additional information about the product, and you give final recommendations about the product. That's awesome. And here you have your concluding phrase, then you paraphrase. Here you have paraphrased the thesis statement, you have summarized the body, and you are giving final thoughts so that your audience can do something about your argument or can think about it. Well, thanks for watching the video. Bye bye.